Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles. Alright, I'm here at the Headquarters tab. As you can see, I have slightly more XP and cash than I did before. I did a couple of skirmishes because there's something we need to do to prepare for the next round of combat. And I'm going to do that, and I need just a little bit more XP in order to guarantee that this happens. So, what we need to do is we need to get our Lancers up to level 8. That's an extreme amount of XP at the moment, but we have enough to do that. We need that because we need a specific order. At least all of the guides that I've seen say that you need this order. And in order to get this order, you have to have Lancers at level 8. That's what unlocks it. So, kinda sucks, but it's what we got. So, mostly because this fight seems to be one of those that everyone's like, it's the bane of your existence type thing. And going up to level 7, we get damage boost, which raises one ally's anti-tank attack power. But that's not what we want. We want this one, which pretty much is the same thing, but more so. So, good work. And that order is Demolition Boost. This order greatly raises one ally's anti-tank attack power. And we have enough XP to level Sniper and Scout up to level 6. So at least they are pretty... everyone else is pretty much even. It's just the other class... Lancer is 2 levels ahead, so I'm not going to need to worry about them for a while. But I apparently needed this ability. So, we'll see how it goes. I may not need it. I don't know. I haven't tried the fight myself yet. There's nothing else we can do here. Mostly we can go to the R&D facility, but there's really nothing else to buy. So, we are going to do Chapter 6, Visitors at the Temple. This is Section 4, the last section of this chapter. And most of this episode's probably going to be story, so I will be talking in between, comments and commentary.
Tell me, Valkyria, do these walls offer an answer to our search?
I pray, where sleeps the ancient power?
What do you read, child?
Valkov, the Holy Lance, scorcher of the vast earth, asleep eternal in the bosom of Randrees. Made pillar of its keeper's keep, kept thereby for eon without end.
Then it's true. The sacred lance lies buried within Randrees' walls.
But your grace, how do you intend to control the lance once it is found?
Alright, so they're looking for a Holy Lance, apparently a weapon of indescribable power. All I keep thinking of is it is very much like the Spear of Destiny, very, Indiana Jones, Hitler, Nazi, occultist. This is kind of creeping me out. Also, her description, it's made to pillar, and it sounds like it's in Randrees Castle. We already know it's buried in Randrees, but didn't they make a very specific point of saying within its spiral, pillar is where the princess is?
Worry not. A beast fit to bear that burden will soon be at our disposal.
That's also ominous sounding.
With this, our dream is made hard fact. Our crown shadow will extend to all of Europa.
Alright, that's, again, really dark. So...
Chapter 7, The Battle at Boreas.
Chapter 7 sucks. We are in a world of pain about this. So, Personnel tab, Glossary tab, and a new skirmish battle has been added. I want to show off, I'm not going to do the skirmish battles, but I will show off what they do. So, The first one is the Outskirts of Rule, so it's the very first map that we fought on for the tutorial. This one, Vassal Riverside, is the first of the 2 maps at Vassal Bridge, so the one where your party is split up on the left and the right side. And then this one is the Cloden Wildwood map. The maps are reused, the enemies are in the same positions, so you can do some pretty interesting things by just burning through the scenarios. Like, I went through the Vassal Riverside and captured the base in 2 turns by basically skipping as many people as possible using the defense buff order that we used in the last round. So, you know, those strategies can come back so that you don't have to kill everyone, and there aren't enemy aces in these fights. There are people in place of it, so like here where that was the guy hiding in the grass, but he's just a guy hiding in the grass, he's not an enemy ace. So it kind of replaces that. I kind of wonder if this one we could do the fight without, you know, Jaeger showing up. So I do kind of want to do those, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. So we'll just start off Chapter 7, History Unfolds. So we're going to have a little bit of a history lesson, because we are with, oh god, now I can't remember his name. Welkin's friend, the archaeologist major.
Whoa. I don't know what I expected, but it really wasn't this.
Amazing, isn't it? I was surprised when I first came here too.
Faldiel, that's the name I could not remember, and I'm kind of surprised I could not remember that name. That's a very unique name.
There aren't any windows or skylights in here, but it's still so light.
The ruins are made of stone with a high ragnite concentration. It lights itself.
Is no one, you know, getting a little weirded out by the fact that, you know, the walls are glowing? Like, that's just like Radiation 101 to me, isn't it? Like, that, you should probably walk away.
It's uncanny.
Look at this. Something's written on the wall here. It's in Old Northern script. Old Northern? It was the dominant writing system in Europa. You still see it on a lot of old monuments.
Do you know how to read it, Faldio?
Yeah, we just covered it this last year. Let's take a look. It's more or less a recounting of the Darkson calamity as the history books tell it. The Darksons unlocked some secret property of Ragnite and tried to conquer the continent.
Alright, also really dark foreshadowing there.
100 cities raised its fell light, 100,000 men and beast therewith. It says this area used to be one of the cities lost in that purge as well.
So they did use Ragnite.
It was in the middle of that destruction that the Valkyria suddenly came into the picture. Supposedly they rose to face the Darksons, armed with sacred lances, blue with flame. That became the War of the Valkyria.
I had a picture book about that as a girl. But it's fiction, right? Like a fairy tale.
I love how it's like, oh, it's just fiction, even though, you know, it seems like it would be a little more accurate considering there's a giant, you know, wasteland that they're pretty sure was, you know, the site of a, you know, terrible accident. You already are making weapons of mass destruction with Ragnite. I mean, I guess the technological advancement's a little weird for, you know, being that long ago, so.
Ruins like these dot the European map, traces of the culture that once ruled the continent. The majority of the anthropological community now agrees that the Valkyria did exist. Wow, this is so educational.
I love Welkin. This is so educational. It's like an episode of the Magic School Bus.
The Valkyria won and rose to power, while the Darksons were scattered across Europa. There are some who worship the Valkyria as the saviors of Europa even today. Meanwhile, the Darksons got branded with the stigma of their past and were persecuted. With no land of their own, they had to work as itinerant laborers and Ragnite miners.
Which is why there are so many Darksons still working in the industrial sector today.
I never knew that. Come to think of it, Isara's dad was an engineer, wasn't he?
Anyway, that's enough history for today. Let's keep checking for Imperial tracks.
So, yeah. We've learned that, there is some truth to the Darkson calamity. There's also truth that Valkyria existed. So, let's see this section, Battle at Boreas, the Darkson calamity. And this is an optional, because it's got the little asterisk. But, we want to see it, because, it's going to have to deal with racism.
I've been looking, but I still ain't seen nothing but sand. Those imps got some strange tastes if they're sunning themselves out here. What's got you, Rosie? Ain't like you to be so quiet. You got the runs or something?
Really? Really?
You're foul, Largo. And I'm just annoyed. Takes some kind of brass to blow up a chunk of turf this big, don't you think?
There's no picture there.
Looks like the dark hairs have been bad news for the rest of us folks since day one.
Alright, so that was weird, no picture, but yeah, she's still blaming on everything on the Darksons.
What do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean?
What do you think I mean? I am a racist.
No archaeological proof exists to support the theory that Darksons destroyed Boreas.
Look around. How much more proof do you need?
Maybe it was aliens. That guy with the weird hair. I mean, you've got some interesting hair too, so let's not discount the theory of aliens.
And it's an unfair generalization to assume that all Darksons cause trouble for others.
You saying you don't? Look, it's 'cause of you people that my whole...
I wonder what she's discussing.
All right, time out, you two.
You stay out of this, Largo!
We're on patrol here. You keep squawking, and we're likely to get sniped.
I love how he has we are still in a position to be shot at. Shut up.
You too, kid. You know Rosie's got a temper on her. She wouldn't go off if you didn't talk back.
I don't believe anything I've said is untrue.
Stubborn as mules, both of you.
And, quite accurate. So. Inside the spiral. Let's see what we've got here. Like I said, this is all going to be story. This whole episode is just really going to be story. So.
Faldio, what is that?
It's called the Valkyrian Spiral.
Okay, so what is it?
I love that. It's like, what is it? Valkyrian Spiral. That answers the name of it, but you didn't really answer the question.
I was talking about their power before, remember? The sacred blue flame? The spiral motif on their relief carvings are said to represent inexhaustible power.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Still, we haven't seen any Imperials here. Not even any signs of entry. I guess it's possible that this wasn't what brought the Empire out here.
Well, the others are waiting. Let's go back.
Sure, let's go.
Huh?
What in the...
Alicia, what just happened?
I don't know. I barely even touched it and this door just opened.
I totally didn't hit it with a sledgehammer. Totally.
It looks like it keeps going.
An underground chamber in the Boreas ruins. This is a huge discovery.
Alright, everyone, put the war on hold. We gotta go explore these ruins. It's kind of like Shining Force 3. When you get the ruins, you just... Yeah, no.
Should we go in?
Do you have to ask?
All right, Let's take a look.
No, our friends can't be outside, you know, patrolling to make sure we're not being attacked, you know, randomly by Imperial forces. No, let's go inside. Alright, and the last thing that we're going to get to see in this episode, First Contact, which is kind of Star Trek sounding, but it's actually a little weirder than that even. It's a full FMV, so.
What is this place?
It seems like it goes on forever.
Wow, look at this wall. Amazing. There are engravings everywhere. What do they say, Faldio? I'm not sure. I wish I could tell you. They're too ancient for me to decipher.
Welkin, we're not alone.
Who's there?
Well, how surprising to find you here. We don't get many visitors. I won't ask how you were able to break in. It's not really important. But you defile this sanctum with your presence.
Guys, that's Maximillian.
Maximillian? Wait, but he's the enemy commander. Hold it right there! You take one more step and I'll shoot you down, I swear I will! What?
Lower your weapon. Your lives are worthless to me, but I do not wish to stain this sacred place with blood. If you are determined to have this confrontation, why don't we settle it outside?
Welkin.
Welkin? So, you're the brat who's responsible. My compliments for the Vassal Bridge and the base in Cloden. You quite impressed Jaeger. He was singing your praises, boy. Silvarium, come.
Sir.
Now's our chance to take out their commander.
She's right, Faldio. Let's go! Right.
No one's going to talk about the fact that she was glowing blue. No, that's it. Just, you know, the fact that the enemy commander, the leader of the forces attacking your country, the leader, was with a lady glowing blue, and just the two of them, and you could have headshot, like, you had a pistol. I got nothing on that one. Alright, so yeah, that's all we're gonna do for it, because this next section, Desert Duel with Maximillian, is the combat op, and I'm just not even sure I'm ready for it, personally. So I might have to do some more grinding off screen. We'll find out. I will see you guys in the next installment, where we will start that. So till then, later everyone.